Alright, g'day everyone, welcome back to the ICC Jimbo channel. Today's stream we're doing West Indies versus Nepal, which should be a big stream. Hopefully people come in and watch Nepal, as they've done pretty well for me in the past. So hopefully we get heaps in chat for this stream, and if not, then yeah, that would be disappointing considering Nepal were big cricket. They've got a big cricket presence on social media. So if we weren't to get to a big viewership, then yeah, it would be pretty bad on Nepal, wouldn't it? As not an awful lot of fans are here. Maybe it's dead rubber for Nepal and their fans have given up. That's what could have happened. Anyway, West Indies are very good, winning against England the other night. They're looking to continue, pretty much go through. A win here today would secure them a spot in the Super 8s. As they'd move to 6 points. Akil Hussain into the attack here. For the West Indies, g'day Meg Gunn. So he's into the attack for the Windies today against Nepal, who very big cricketing nation. Nepal lost the toss; they were sent in to bat. So let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. Akil Hussain, first ball. It's going to be a dot ball to proceed stuff. Bruthel, I think his name is. Won't be home till 7. Yeah, that sucks. How many in chat we got? Yeah, not great numbers so far. Akil Hussain sweeps down the ground. Just going to be one. Well, I was expecting a big start on the stream, and maybe we don't get that today. Maybe the Nepal fans aren't as big as I thought. You know, I was expecting big numbers today. Akil Hussain. Appear, what does the umpire think? No. Well, I've heard rumours that Steve Smith may not even play tomorrow night, which is actually fucking disgusting. If Smith doesn't play, then we're not going to make it. He needs to play immediately. On the ground for a single. Well, you really don't expect much from Nepal today. YouTube is so unpredictable. Yeah. Akil Hussain. Goes! There's a wicket immediately. And Nepal are already in all sorts of trouble to start off this game. Akil Hussain breaks through. And Nepal lose a wicket immediately. What do the Rhinos think? Wonder ball to go. They're playing the West Indies. Heard nothing on Smith. So, medium wicket. And yeah, you don't expect much from Nepal today. Numbers have shown up, but well, I don't know. Apparently, he may not play, that's fucking really bad. If Smith doesn't play, then why bother making him leave live golf and all that? Why waste his time if you're not even going to play him? Smith needs to play, and if he doesn't, then we're a joke. I don't understand. Just George Bailey's just stupid. I literally made a video highlighting, most of that video was highlighted about Smudge. Play Smudge, play Smudge. You ended the OL 1 for 2. You'd expect Smith to play. Has to play. If he doesn't, then I don't know if we care. We're trying to win a World Cup. And that's not going to happen if we don't even bother picking our best team, which Steve Smith is a part of. So that would really be bad. Yeah, exactly right. Why bother flying him over? Watch this video if you want to see my opinion on yesterday, or the day before, sorry, against Zimbabwe. Matthew Ford into the attack for the Windies. Nepal already looked pretty uninterested. And it's only the first over. No run. Dot ball to start the over. Let's see what this stream will do though. Tried to do my magic. Well, Smith is in form. That's what I don't understand. Steve Smith is in form. And it would be really stiff if they don't play him. Dot ball again. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know what the problem is. And why Smith won't play. I really don't understand. It'd be really bad if I don't. I heard a rumour that they weren't, as that's a decent shot, but does so obviously because there's a power play that goes for a 4. Yeah, I saw an article, but I don't know how true that is, obviously, but because apparently Marsh may be good to go, but I don't care. I don't care if Marsh is good to go. Replace Hazelwood with Smith and put him in regardless. Like, it's really bad if he doesn't play. It's a do or die game and you're not going to fucking pick him. And you'd rather pick someone like Cameron Green, who, what's he done? What's he done this summer? Nothing. Green's done nothing. That's gone for a single. What did he do in the Ashes? What did he do Nothing. And we looked awful. Why is Glenn Maxwell going above Smith? Like, this is embarrassing. We clearly don't want to make the Super 8s if there's no Smith. Anyway. Nepal. What can they do? Dot ball. 1 for 7 at the moment. 1 to go. In the over. For Nepal. India, Pakistan tonight. No stream for that. I've decided no. Will not stream India, Pakistan. Unlikely. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see how I feel after this. It's a 12:30 a.m. game, and because of that, unlikely. That's a great delivery from Ford. And that's going to be a dot ball to end the over. 2 overs down, 1 for 7. So it's going to be a massive game tonight. The whole cricketing world will pretty much be watching. I'll do a tournament review, yes, and I'll do one of Australia as well. Hussain to a Sif. Not ball. And since Australia's last games against Oman, I've got time. G'day, Arnott Shapes. No barbecue shapes today. They're saying sweep. One of the Nepal players sweeps it down the ground. I don't really know Nepal very well. I know one player. Yeah, fair enough. Don't have any really snacks around at the moment. Yeah, I don't really know many Nepal players except for one player who's playing today, but it's a whole different issue. Goes down the ground for 4. Padadale gets 4. I think that's his name, Padal or whatever. Gets 4 runs. Nepal move to 12 with a few to go in the over. Nah, not really. We've only had one player, Sandeep Lamashane, who's playing today, but look, there's stuff off the ground that happened with him, and I'm not fully aware of this situation. I'm not an expert of what happened, but I don't know if it's true that he shouldn't be playing. Well, that's interesting, Tommy. Padal facing Hussain. Padal gently taps it down the ground. Square leg region for a single. 5 runs for him. 7 runs for Asif. Nepal 1 for 13 with a few to go in the over. Well, that's a good question. Maybe I should have considered that before streaming it. Time in Nepal. No, it'd be basically 12 in the arvo. 4 runs. think that was a Sif who got that 4. He moves to 11. Patel on 5, I believe. May have to fix this. Right. What's the time? Right now it's 4:44. Yeah, India, Pakistan at 12:30 a.m. It'd be a tough ask for me to stream that if it's not Australia. Forward back into the attack. Nepal going along smoothly here after that awful start. Australia will announce the team on the toss, and Steve Smith hasn't been announced in the squad, which is disgusting. They should have done it already. That's going to be gone. That's gone. Plum, you could see from a mile away, and Ford knew as well. It was so obviously gone. And are they going to send this up, or has he decided I'm going to depart? Think that he's going to go. Yeah, true. Cricketer's life. I think that's silly, the way that that's done. It's so obviously gone, and they've sent this up. That's a bad review, in my opinion. That's a bad review. Unless there's bad on this where I'm wrong, but from what I saw, that's plum. Yeah, he better play. Seriously, I'm excited to see Steve Smith play cricket. He's one of my favourite cricketers. I really want to watch him play. In line, umpire's call. Yeah, that was gone. Bad review from Nepal, and it cost a wicket. And there goes Asif. Rohit Asif departs. So, another wicket for the West Indies, and yeah, Nepal in a mess. Yeah, the decision was out, but Nepal decided to send it up, which was a silly decision. Thank you very much for liking my latest short. Trying to add the text at the bottom where it automatically goes with it. Oh no, Asif's in. What? Oh no, he is in. It's this guy who is out. Maybe it's just not the time of day in Nepal for people to watch the stream. Although Pakistan did well, so. Am I going to do the full game? Yeah, probably. And the way that this is going, it won't be very long. There's been a wicket there. Another great delivery from Ford. Nepal are in all sorts of trouble now. Never really got going, did they? And I expected them to actually make the Super 8s. That was my prediction. But obviously not to be. It looks like they're not going to be anywhere near. Down the ground for a dot ball with 3 to go in the over. 2 for 17. And the run rate is 4.186. No, 4.86, sorry. Yeah, Nepal. You'd expect more from them. Honestly, they showed so much against England in that first fixture, but then against Italy they were awful. They were actually horrendous against Italy, and now they're not looking good again today. That is a great ball from Ford again. This could be a wicket maiden over the way that this is going. Dot ball. 2 for 17. Have you been watching the Olympics? Nah, it's been on during this as well as like 5 a.m. in the morning. And I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the Winter Olympics. I like the Summer Olympics a lot more than the winter one. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the Winter Olympics. I don't really like the winter sports. A dot ball means no run. That's a great delivery again. Another dot ball. So a dot ball pretty much means there's no run off it. So no one got the run. No one got a run. So no, it just means that like they can still hit it and not get a run. It just means they don't get a run in general. So they didn't run. It means they didn't run. Ford to Airy. And that's a wicket maiden over. Maiden means they don't get a single run off the over. So, and a wicket is a wicket, obviously. So, a wicket maiden over, 2 for 17 after 4. Oh, someone just sent me something that I can't show on stream, but it's about cricket. Is the aim for the bowler to either bowl? The aim for the bowler is to get a wicket, really. And dot balls also is good, so both are good options, but you'd rather a wicket. Pretty much. Good to see Canadians in the chat though. Holder, down the ground. This is another wicket. Nepal are in all sorts of trouble here today in Mumbai. Another one falls. The coach going into this game said, they said, oh no, we wanted to play in Sri Lanka. You can't complain about that. Gone. Docker's lover was at the AFL yesterday for State of Origin, so he was busy. That's why he wasn't there in chat. Usually he shows up. Three wickets. Is this one in Sri Lanka? This one's in India. So there's two fixtures. There's two countries hosting this tournament, in Sri Lanka and in India. Unfortunately, Australia are in Sri Lanka. But oh well, you can't complain. It's the ICC decided that we're playing there, and what's the point in complaining about it? We've got to play better. That's pretty simple, you know. Well, you'd expect more from fans watching Nepal. Nepal are there. The last stream that involved Nepal got 15k, you know. Maybe it's because Nepal, that England game was probably the best one to stream for them. But again, that was a late game. So, like, I can't, like, it started at the time last night started at. And again, I can't really stick around for that. That game finished at 11:30 and it was a terrible game, which is also on the list that I made of all the games. Yeah, I do. I do have a couple of Nepal fans, but they're probably, I don't know, watching the game. And I've noticed throughout the years, and this is why I'm not streaming India Pakistan tonight. I I streamed my biggest stream ever, 45,000 views for Pakistan Sri Lanka, and I thought, oh, India will double this. It didn't, and there's a reason for that. India Pakistan is such a huge event that people would rather watch it with their families. It's like the AFL Grand Final, for an example, or the NRL Grand Final. And they'd rather watch it with their families, or Super Bowl in those terms, the buddy dub. So, yeah, Super Bowl type stuff. And they'd rather watch it with family. It's that big. But yeah, India, Pakistan. Oh, it's pretty shit house. But I'm not studying, so it doesn't matter. I'm working. Single. One to go in this over. And yeah, Nepal are looking awful. It's probably the worst they've played. Man, why did I pick the worst two bloody... I had a good two streams at the start, and these last two have been poor. The quality of cricket. 5 overs down, 3 for 19. Yeah, true, Tommy. But I work later in the day, usually. Not, so I'd get... Yeah, it was. It did well. It was a great game. It did well. But yeah, these games, I don't know. I'd expect the Nepal fans to show up, and they haven't. Sri Lanka tend to do well as well. So Australia, Sri Lanka tomorrow, or technically Tuesday morning. I'll be streaming that, I think. I'll set it up in a different room. And I may have the portable mic. So the quality of the stream may be shitter, but it's worth it. You're going to rush for the single. Hurry there. And they'll get the one. Look, it's been such a poor game so far. Tuesday morning, Australia, Sri Lanka. A lot of Aussies won't watch, I don't think. So I think it has to probably be streamed because it's so massive for Australia's World Cup's hopes. Forward to a riff. Another great delivery. 1 for 6 so far in his spell. This is his third over. Perfect line, perfect length. Offering absolutely nothing for Nepal here. Here we go. and they'll hurry for a single. Anyway, hurry for a single. 3 for 21. Victoria won, I think. Victoria did. I watched the end, but it was a shit game, honestly. They should never do it again, and they should get the AFL away from summer. Summer is cricket. Piss off, AFL. That's my opinion. Ford to Aree, who's 2 off 8. Nepal in all sorts of trouble here. And another dot. Oh, we wanted to go. Yeah, no, it didn't do well for him. What? It didn't do well. To be fair, yesterday night or last night's stream did pretty bad. One ball left. I'll check his stream numbers after this ball. And straight to the fielder for a single though. So they'd get away with that. Well, that was the worst power play I've probably seen in a long time. 3 for 22. 6 overs down. That's going to be a drinks break. So that's actually perfect time to watch. Or not watch, to see how many views he got. I don't know if GoatHU makes content anymore, to be honest with you. I don't really watch many of these AFL YouTubers. I watch Cardman's. Like, it depends on the video. I watched Chat helps him predict stream. A little bit of that, I think I did. But I don't know. Just AFL videos don't interest me, so I don't really watch them. A lot of his cricket stuff is member based content, so I can't watch that. But yeah. Yeah, you got 5,000. Six overs. And it's been bad for Nepal. Very bad. And the Windies are all over them, really, at this stage of the game. And, you know, they've got no idea what they're doing, Nepal. As this TV again. Man, this sucks. Why does it do this? It like cuts the broadcast. Get it. I don't want to watch basketball. Go away. There we go. Back to normal. Well, the AFL CEO's a loser. I'm being honest with you. No one likes him. Wild card round, he's serious. Opening round, the guy's ruined the sport. So, I lost a lot of interest in the AFL when Gillon McLachlan left. And not immediately, but when Andrew Dillon added stuff like opening round, it just kills the interest for the game for me. I just think that they're not good ideas, and they're not actually helping the sport at all. They're making it worse. It's for some reason just the broadcast, so it works until the game. I don't know who coached WA. To be honest, I couldn't even tell you all the coaches in the AFL. All right, Holder back into the attack. Yeah, exactly right. 1 for 2 in his first over. And it's going to be a single. To start proceedings in this over for Nepal, 3 for 23. West Indies will pretty much book, well, they will book their spot in the Super 8s at the conclusion of this game, the way that it's looking. Yeah, opening round was the stupidest thing I've ever seen, honestly. Down the ground. To square, going to be a dot ball. I go for North Melbourne. But them being bad is not why I don't like it. I just don't like the administration of the AFL. I think it's run poorly. They need to look at cutting back on all these crappy ideas and just playing the sport. A few years ago, no opening round, no wild card, just footy. That's what was good. In the air, this should be out. And it is. Another wicket falls. And yeah, this game will be done in an hour. 4 for 23. This will be a contender for worst game of the season. Do you follow the NRL? Yeah, I do. Yep, the AFL has been copying the NRL a lot. I like Gather Round. It should stay. I've been to all three. I'm not going this year though, so I went to all three, had a good time, but I don't like opening round at all. They copied the NRL again with this. They're trying to make State of Origin this huge thing, but the way that the NRL make the State of Origin so successful is they do it during the season. People care. It's not pre-season. It's not meaningless. And New South Wales and Queensland hate each other, so it just makes it good. I feel like Victoria, Western Australia isn't going to be very interesting, and it was hardly marketed either. I didn't even know it was yesterday until on the day. I just feel like it was poor marketing. Anyway, back to this game. And yeah, this is really bad from Nepal. I guess that's probably why we're talking about. Oh, jeez. This has just been lethal bowling. Very unlucky to not get anything there. I think that will be leg buys. Oh, AFLX. Yeah, I went to that. The first one was good when it was clubs, but then when they had like Rampage and all that, that was awful. See, they're trying to copy other sports. What? There's no need for it. Just keep the AFL as the AFL, and that's what makes it good. I just don't understand this administration's obsession with going to other places in the world as well. I went to China. It's not the national sport. Cricket's the national sport of the country, in my opinion, but it's only played in Australia. Why are you playing it elsewhere? The national sport in Australia is absolutely cricket. The whole nation's united for it. So, that's what I think. 4 for 24 with 1 to go in this over. And yeah, the West Indies destroying Nepal. Yeah, but still, Andrew Dillon was part of his committee. And they quickly moved away from China after COVID, and now they want to go to India. So that's not going to work. 7 overs down, 4 for 25 for Nepal. What is this ad? The West Indies have played Scotland, which they won, England, which they won, and Nepal now. Nepal have played England, which they lost just by 4 runs. Italy, which they got smashed. So Italy smashed them. And then now the West Indies. which they're going to get smashed as well. Like they currently are getting actually annihilated. Nepal have embarrassed themselves. You had hope for them, but no. Straight to Hetmeyer for the single. Mind you, Nepal won't move. They've played all their games in Mumbai, and they'll play all their games in Mumbai, which is pretty bullshit. No kilometres of travel, and they still haven't done anything. England won by 5 wickets. And it was 18 overs, so it was just boring cricket. Like, the game was done, and they just, yeah. You know what? Last night I was thinking, you know what I am missing right now? T20's fun and all. That's a great delivery from Ford again. I was thinking, you know what I am missing right now? T20's great. I'm missing Test cricket. How good was the Ashes? You know, red ball, high quality cricket, purest form of the game. I'm missing it. And we have to wait until August until Australia play next, which is sad, man. I love Test cricket. It's so good. Test cricket is so good. Umpire calls it. No, but Scott... The way that game was played was just... No, this is going to be a worse game. The World Cup had a good start. A couple of stumbles in the middle. We haven't had a good game since Zimbabwe unfortunately beat us, that was a good game. As much as I hate what happened and I hate the game, it was a good game and it was good for cricket that Zimbabwe won. It's just a shame that it had to be Australia that lost out of the big teams. You know? So, yeah. It's just a shame that we were the team that Zimbabwe defeated. But again, yeah, it was massive for international cricket and it's good for the growth of the game. Ford, again, lethal. Yeah, Boxing Day. Yeah. That was just poor. The pitch was disgraceful. 10 millimeters of grass at the MCG. Why? 7 was last year's, the year before, so the Border Gavaskar, and that got 5 days of good test match cricket up to the last hour of the game. And then the next year, 10 millimeters, 2 days long, which is just shit. Dot ball again. Ford got 1 to go. In his over. And his spell as well. This will be his last ball of the innings. And it ends with a dot ball, 8 overs down, 4 for 27. What a spell. 1 for 10 off his 4 overs is just elite from Ford. Yeah, this game's done. I know what you mean, though. The excitement build-up with Test cricket is great. You watch them build the innings. Yeah, it's a grind. It's just exciting. Yeah, that's how I got into cricket. Cricket is life, and then you go into Test cricket. And one day cricket is the mixture of both. I saw a video on Twitter, and this is disgusting, of... So, you know how you get served drinks, like a soft drink at the cricket, for an example, or a sports match. Apparently, you're served in cups. Anyway, there's a video of them pouring the unused drinks that weren't drank right back into the thing where they serve it. Back into the bottle where they serve it. That's disgusting. You know how long that's probably sitting there for? yeah, you know, just wrong. It's just gross. Shamar Joseph into the attack. And Airy moves to 7 runs. Do I reckon it was real? Yeah, I do. I don't think that's AI. It didn't look AI to me. It's pretty obvious to pick out AI. You can tell what's real and fake. AI has a certain grain to it. I don't know. There's something with the quality. It just looks fake, if you know what I mean. Shot. One of the few shots that have actually resulted in runs for Nepal. There's no way it was fake unless it was staged. Like, that's the only way. I don't think it was AI. No, there's a video of it on Twitter. Yeah, there's a full video of it. If you search up cricket drinks T20 World Cup or something like pouring the drinks back into the cup or whatever, something will come up about it because it was disgusting. I'll see if I've got the video. I don't use Twitter much these days. It's just become a bit of a... it's a toxic place. T20 World Cup soft drink. Yeah, don't get Twitter. Alright, here it is. Look at this. They're pouring the drink back into the... That's disgusting. Focus, camera, focus, focus. Focus on me. Now I've lost the focus of the camera. I found this meme as well. Absolute cum ball. There we go. Camera's focused again. So, you know, absolute cinema. Yeah. AI. That's actually when AI is good. When they do that. Yeah, that's gross. Absolutely. It's disgusting. Who would want to drink from the... I would not buy a drink there anymore. Like... Now, I don't know if this is propaganda or whatever, but if that's real, then yuck. I'd bring in my own stuff anyway if I went to somewhere like India, because you never know. It's similar to Bali Belly, if you know what I mean. If you've been to Bali, I've been to Bali and I didn't get Bali Belly because I bought all my own water. I didn't drink any tap water or anything. You do the same in India. You wouldn't use tap water or whatever. You'd buy your own stuff from a shop. Know what I mean? So yeah, 9 overs down though, 4 for 33. This is really bad for a T20 match. I just can't believe, I can't believe they're serving drinks of leftover onion. Yeah, it's disgusting. Now, will I get copyrighted for that? Probably not. It'd be pretty shitty if I did. That's going to race away for 4, it looks. No, it's not. Outfield's a lot slower than I thought it would be there. Considering this ground is a run fest usually in the IPL, surprised that it's a bit. What do you keep? I keep laughing at. I keep laughing at that. The fact that it's just so wrong, like so gross, and that is going to go for 4. Lucky that was a really. The car. I don't know what you mean, dude. Oh, geez, that's close. Will the umpire send this up? I don't think so. That's going to be 4-41 is pretty dismal. Yeah, it's bad. 10 overs down, 4 for 42. You should try and watch Canada. Try and watch Canada during the tournament. I can check. I can check when they next play for you. I don't know how you can watch it in Canada. I think it's Willow TV or something like that. I can check for you though now. Your team at next play. Canada. New Zealand on Tuesday, the 17th. So at 4th, basically this time in 2 days. Dot ball. Yeah, it means they're halfway through this game on 42 runs, which is terrible. You try and get to a score of at least, during this time, at least 70 to 80, and they're 40-ish runs short. Yeah, the way they've done it, though, with the highlights is they only show 1 minute. Get the ICC app, and they can get the ICC app and then watch it through there for the highlights, because for some reason they've decided the geniuses over at the ICC with Jay Shah decided, hey, instead of doing 7-minute highlight videos, let's do 1 minute highlight videos, and you should go to our app to watch it. The rest, which is bad, awful. I don't know who would think of that. Yeah, they are. It's bad. It's bad. Really bad. Anyway, Lakesh facing Shamar Joseph. That's going to be 4. Not where he wanted it at all, but runs are runs in this case for Nepal. 13 runs now for Lakesh. 46. I just can't get out of my head drinking a soft drink when the fact that it could be leftovers. Like, imagine being the poor fan who drank basically a recycled bit of soft drink. Like, how would you feel? Shamar Joseph, semi-interested. West Indies have a chance to send this up if they really want, but unlikely at this stage. Oh, they've called a wicket. No, there's something on that. The drink would be flat and warm and disgust. Yeah, it would be. It's a wicket. I thought it was a little feather, like, and there was going to be an appeal, but there's no one really celebrated. Oh yeah, clearly out. Clearly out. Yeah, it would be warm, flat, and just disgusting. I certainly wouldn't want to drink that. Anyway, heaps of fans from Nepal have flown over. You really shouldn't be watching. Ah, who cares, man? Homework's crap. Watch the cricket with ICC Jimbo. You've been around for years, since the start. You may as well just watch me stream instead. 5 for 46. 2 to go in this over. Come to think of it, actually, they haven't announced the IPL fixtures, which is shit. I kind of want to know how many all-nighters I'm pulling off. Dot ball again with 1 to go in this over. How long ago did I start this channel? June 2023. So nearly 3 years now. And it's taken me some time to get to where I am. Last year wasn't a great year. I was not as good as I should be. I was a lot busier. I'll be busier this time, but I'll be putting a lot more effort and care. Well, I do put a lot of care in, of course, but like I just was a little bit late with review videos and whatnot, and I'm going to do more prediction stuff. Like I was going to do more of like yesterday's type videos as well. Just sitting there and just talking to the camera about what's going on for certain games that deserve it. So like, for an example, yesterday's video, I think was a good video. I sat there for 17 minutes. No script, just talk to the camera and address the issues with the Australian cricket team in that game. That was a really good video in my opinion. I was 17, I think. Maybe no. Trying to think. I was 16 when I started and then turned 17 during that year. Yeah, I was 16. And then I had a break. Never thought I'd really do it. And that's going to be 6 into the crowd. And then decided to do it for the ODI World Cup. And then it did really well. And I really had a good time streaming cricket. And then never stopped. Really. Cricket today has just given up, I think. Yeah, and I like those type of videos as well as the review videos. I'll be doing more of them. The review videos are enjoyable to do. But yesterday's was pretty enjoyable as well. I think it's a unique, fresh video that will be needed. I was going to do an Australia. Should Australia Day have cricket? That script is legit done, and now I have to wait until next year. I'll probably record that soon and just schedule it for next year and just leave it. So there's that. But because of the internet, and then I had to cancel that Big Bash review because, well, there's no point of me continuing this if it's like right next to the World Cup, which was really annoying. I wanted to do that as well. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know, they've fully given up on cricket. They just do short form content now, which I don't like. Shorts are okay, but you've got to. Yesterday, for an example, Cricketer's Life liked the short. I did it. It was perfect. Yesterday's thing, because I put a short that went ahead, went along with the video. So if you want to watch the full video, you watch the full video on the channel, and that was just one of the bigger parts of the video. That's perfect. That's what you should do, and not just do shorts exclusively, unless you're at the cricket, which is what I did for Australia versus Australia in the Ashes. I did shorts reviewing the day. I think that made more sense to do that way, and not just do it for the sake of it. And that's the tournament finishes on the 8th, I think. Yeah, and that's concerning. The short. I like longer form videos. Always have, always will. Shorts don't go for long enough. I like sitting there watching a good 10-minute video. If it's good quality. Chase into the attack. Did well against England. Labor Day is the 9th. Yeah, I'm going away for Labor Day. Chase. And yeah, you can't chase that. Pun intended. Roston Chase. Please bowl them out before the 15th. Surely. Chase. Straight to, who was that? Pollard, I think. A long on for a single. With three to go, sorry. In the over. Yeah, this stream's been more of a chillwood chat than really lock in with the game, because the game overall has been pretty poor. On the ground for a TikTok is all short form. I uploaded that onto TikTok, actually. I probably should check how many views that got. I got 1K. It had a really bad start on YouTube, and then I woke up the next day and it went to 1K. So the algorithm's strange. 1,200 on TikTok. Yeah, I don't use it much. I probably should use it more. And you can get it. You can upload like content from the game. Like, they don't care about copyright on TikTok, which is good. My highest TikTok has 248,000 views, and that was for a something during the game, which was copyright, obviously. And yeah, you don't have to really try on TikTok, which is sad, but I do try. Quill says boo. Probably salty about WA. Fix my mic. What's wrong with it? Yeah. Tommy says I'm all good. Maybe turn up your audio then. I'm going to listen back. Chat was engaging fine. Everyone would have told me if it was bad. Yeah, that's Quill's. It's a problem on Quill's end, I think. Hang on, guys. Yeah, I don't use it much. I probably should use it more. And you can Alright. It's just because I was talking like this and it's further away from the mic. It's better now. Hussein. He follows Fremantle and he gets all salty when they lose. Which, to be fair, is quite often. 13 overs down. Yeah, I was talking away from the mic. Like, I was talking like there. So I'll just talk here and then it's fixed. So it's better anyway. Pushing for the 2 and they should get that. No, they don't. Well, with the AFL, I pretty much only watch North anyway. I don't go nuts on neutrals. Hussein to Airy, who's the only one who's shown up today. Whacks it down deep point for a single. We've won the same amount of trophies as Freo, the Melbourne Stars, so you have no right to talk, Quill. Hussein to Gulshan for a dot ball, and at least we make grand finals as well, the Melbourne Stars. Hussein with 1 ball to go. In the over. This is going to be 6. That is a huge boundary. That's the second 6 in this match. And that was wasn't even that bad of a ball. 14 overs down, 5 for 68. Do I play cricket? I play indoor cricket. I actually did well the other night. Me and my dad played together, and we both put up. Well, I got 27 runs. We put up 52 run partnership. Yeah, we put up 52 runs, so we did really well. Won pretty much that partnership won us the game, which we don't win very often. So yeah, that was one of the best games I've ever played. I got 3 wickets as well, so I had a really good night last Thursday. So hopefully that can continue. I haven't gone out in a couple of weeks because indoor cricket's like partnership based. It's like 4 overs per partnership. And I haven't gone out in 4 weeks now, so I've been good. I've felt confident out there in the middle. I'm getting runs on the board, and I'm just playing smart and not slogging it. So it's good. Yeah, I'm having a good time. They play like ODI sometimes. I think they play like 1 day, 40 overs each. I think, and I just couldn't do that in the field. And we're getting a silly mechanic ad again. Also looks bad. Yep, it's called maintenance required. And I can tell you right now, that looks absolute dog shit. It looks awful. Do not watch that. If anything, that ad actually makes me not want to watch it. Even more. A Gillette ad without Pat Cummins? What? So basically, you're there all day if you play outdoor. Yeah. And that's why I don't do it. Because I want to do more in the summer than just that. And I actually would rather watch cricket. Like test cricket. I'd rather watch than play, if you know what I mean. Yeah, a lot of these Prime ads are trash, to be honest with you. Why are we getting ads on a paid service? That's another question. Yeah, you go to the pub pretty much straight after. Anyway, back to this game that's started again. Roston Chase is going to bowl again, it looks. This phase apparently is called Accelerate. They're not accelerating anything with a run rate of 4 and over. They'll be lucky to get 100 the way they're going. These guys will be lucky if they get 100. Would you rather watch AFL or... Oh, no, I'd rather watch AFL. Of course I'd rather watch cricket. Chase... They'll push for 2. They've got it. They've got no choice. Good running, though, from Nepal. He's trying to rage bait, I think. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. I'm getting clipped. Oh, no. He's going to edit that part out as well and put it publicly. And I'll be exposed for being a fraud. Chase to Ari. And, well, they've got to try and hit some sort of a boundary here in Nepal. As it's a single ball. Single run, sorry, my bad. Some of the wickets here. Yeah, no. Cricket's, you're there for about 8 hours. You're there for 8 hours. If you play. And Test cricket goes for 8 hours a day for 5 days. And that's a lot more enjoyable. Test cricket's my favourite form of the game. 100%. 5 for 72. Great fielding. Who was that? Shamar Joseph. You don't get NFL? I do. I enjoy it. I watch the Super Bowl. I watch the Chiefs. Who's Jacob? Oh, someone on Discord. Quill, him, myself, a few others. We play video games from time to time. Albeit we haven't played in a bit because I've been busy. But, yeah, we play games like Rocket League and all that. So, yeah. Anyway, Chase to Gulshan. I believe that's his name. Oh, gone straight away. That goes on the left. I fucked up the commentary. But anyway, left pole gone. End of Gulshan. And that's, that's just shocking. And even worse commentary from me. Seriously, a couple commentators. Oh, mate. That was poor. Poor commentary. I'm ashamed of myself for that. That was shit. Can't be calling that like that in big games. I can tell you that. That was shocking commentary from me. I'm actually sorry that you had to listen to that crap. 15 overs down, 6 for 73. I genuinely apologise for that awful commentary. Because that was straight garbage. Straight garbage from me. What company is this? This will be the lowest score of the tournament. Somehow this lot will be lower than Oman, which is shocking. Every single game for Oman has been ranked on my list of best to worst. The last 3 games involve Oman, and this game is going to somehow be worse. This was a better shot from Eri, who's had to anchor, and you feel sorry for the poor guy because no one else has decided to show up, and you just feel sorry for him. Yeah, I guess, Tommy. 4 runs. Albeit, I don't really play much video games. Like, last year I played a bit, but this year I haven't really touched it. I don't during the summer because I'm busy. It's like June and all that when you can't go outside and all that. You want to do stuff. It's summer. You don't want to just sit around all day. My favourite cricket player of all time would be Glenn Maxwell. Then Steve Smith at second. And Steve Smith should play tomorrow night, and he better play. He's been called into Sri Lanka for a reason. He needs to play. 6 for 80 now, with 3 to go in this over. Stan Marsh. Yeah, from South Park. All right. It's Mitch Marsh, or Sean Marsh, or Jeff Marsh. Someone's got a flag on their head, the Nepal flag. It's such a weird flag, Nepal's. Hussain. Who were the players who were... why'd you have to bring that up? Steve Smith, David Warner, Cameron Bancroft. Smith didn't actually do it. It was Bancroft who did it, but under Warner's instructions. Smith was just poor with his leadership. But it was David Warner who suggested it and wanted to do it. So that's who I blame for the incident. Hussain to Airy. He just hits it down the ground, looking for a 4. Not going to happen. Well, the run rate's improved a little bit, I guess. So maybe Nepal will get over 100. This game will end in like 6 overs, though. I reckon they'll bowl bad, they'll bowl poor, and Nepal are going to get destroyed. $16 overs down, 6 for 82, which is just bad. Atrocious, really. From a team who I actually had beating the West Indies after that England game, this is bad. Can you explain Sandpaper Gate? I'd rather not. But I can. That's what I'm laughing at. Pretty much they got sandpaper and they rubbed it on the ball because the ball can swing and swing that way, for an example. But the sandpaper can make it reverse swing an older ball, because you've got, for Test cricket, it's 80 overs before you get a new ball. But they were wanting to reverse it the other way with the older ball instead of that way, like usual. So that was their thinking. Yeah, well, I mean, England weren't even involved in the game. It was South Africa versus Australia, so I don't really know why. And they used mints on the ball as well, so they cheated as well. So everyone's cheated at some point. Highest attempt of Yorkers. Pakistan have 70% of Yorkers, and at second would be the West Indies on 67% and Namibia on 64%. 6 for 83 at the moment. But yes, so 70% Pakistan on attempted Yorkers, 67 for the West Indies, and Namibia somehow on 64%, which is very strange, because Namibia... Yeah, it is the time to forget for Australian fans for cricket, and argue the other day against Zimbabwe. Oh, I want to pretend that never happened. Shamar Joseph, yeah, that's 4. That's a good shot. From Sapal, who's to 5. Yeah, it would be. It's pretty. The pole games get big crowds. And surprisingly, for a country who's been growing and loving cricket, is this seriously the best 11 players in the country? Some pal guides it on the ground. And well, I guess you can make the argument is it 11 in the country, and I can definitely say no. There's a player who needs to be playing. I've said it. I feel like a broken record the amount of times I've said it in the last 48 hours. But Steve Smith needs to play tomorrow night. Joseph to Ari, and he's sent back for no run there, with 1 to go in this over. Ari on 36 of 39. You feel sorry for him. He's the only one who's... Well, without him, Nepal would be in the 40s. So, only player to show up today. And yeah, you'd imagine the West Indies would walk the park with this team. And like I said, I had Nepal beating the West Indies after their performance against England, and not going to happen, obviously. 4 runs again, though. They're going to try and get to 100. They should get there now and beat Oman for the worst score of the tournament. I might have to stop watching this on the TV, though, because of TV percentage, or the phone percentage. I can get the worst score up right now. It will involve Oman. 103 runs. Is the worst score of the tournament. End of this innings, I'm going to have to get a charger, so I'll be a minute. And then we can... I don't know how I'm going to watch. I won't be watching this on the TV, the second innings. We're in 17 overs, so 3 overs and then... Or I may have to get it now. After this ball, I'm going to rush and grab a charger. So just give me a sec. Is this going to be a wicket anyway? No, dot ball. I'll be back in a minute, guys. All right, so they're in the hundreds now. And I found no charger. Trying to figure out something. What is wrong with this thing? How charged? Full health. All right. I'll be back again. I just got to grab the last thing and then I can charge it. All right, give me a sec. All right. We are back. Not going to watch this on the TV, it looks now, guys. We're going to make sure we don't show any footage by mistake. Or else we know that we're cooked and we're going to get... There we are. Now we can watch. Alright. Where were we? Alright. So 6 for 108 now. Move that. 108. $18 overs down. 2 to go. Shamar Joseph into the attack. Amy, sorry. Keep fucking up his pronunciation. Amy and some pole did alright. Looks, they're trying to get something semi-decent. And then you just got to make sure that I didn't accidentally... Alright, I didn't show anything. I don't think. Not going to watch this on the TV, it looks now, guys. Yep, I didn't show anything. Thank God. If I accidentally showed something, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. The ICC will take me down immediately if I accidentally show an ounce of footage. I wonder what they think of me streaming anyway. Like, I wonder what they think of YouTubers who are doing it and not showing the actual... That was a big run-out opportunity that the West Indies have squandered there. That Nepal have gotten away with. So they do beat Oman's score somehow. They do somehow beat Oman's score. Well, you did not get 400 runs. Yeah, the women are on from 7:15 tonight. Shamar Joseph to Airy. 44 off 43. This is an opportunity that they will not take because you can't have a fielder out there in the stands. As he gets to a 50, The Nepal fans are going nuts. Only one who's shown up today. He gets to a 50. Down the ground. And they're going to get to West Indies. On 120. What a way to bring up your 50 though, belting it for 6. And the Nepal fans are very happy with that. With 1 to go in this over. Takes him on again. And we'll get another 6. Too little too late probably, but of course. But they no longer have the worst score of... Well, they beat their previous score, I think, now. I can check, because I've got a list on all of that. So, like, every game. For an example, there. And then it just goes through. So, I have all those games there. So, yeah. What is the lowest? So 123 was their previous score last game, so they already beat that. They beat Namibia's 116. They beat Oman's 120. 139 they haven't beaten yet for Oman. So, wow. No way they somehow don't beat Oman on the score. They've struggled when they bat first, Nepal. Takes him on. Fielder there. Doesn't get any power on that. And it's back to Ari. West Indies. Lamashini is their key spinner for Nepal. Not really getting any franchise cricket opportunities because of off-field issues that I won't bring into this. Ari facing Holder. And Ari takes him on, but there's a fielder there. That's his innings done. He did the best that he could. To try and get to an okay score, but not to be. As Holder gets another. And results in a wicket for Nepal. Their fans are upset in Mumbai. 7 for 127 with 4 balls left. The fact that they've survived. The fact that they've survived to the 20th over is impressive. After where they were earlier. 7 for 127 with 4 to go in this over. Holder to Karan. Swing and a miss. Umpire says they're going to have to re-bowl that. $128. is the score now with a few to go. Holder to Karen. I'm going to just say Karen. That was a full toss that should have been dispatched into the crowd, but no. Single. I agree with that. Cricket is life. Yep, I thought they'd struggle to get over 100. They're going to see if this is a no ball. Sorry, I'm just yawning because Nepal's putting me to sleep at the moment. Let's see. Having a look here for... Nah, that's a legal delivery. Absolutely legal. Here we go. Dot ball. 2 to go in this innings. So they can't go all out now. Should be semi-happy with themselves. But obviously this score is really bad. And if Italy chased it with no wickets down, I can tell you what, the West Indies probably will do the same. Win by 10 wickets. Holder. Choose some pole. He takes him on. Wants the 2. And rushes back. And we'll get there. So they're in the 130s now. What's the umpire looking at now? Oh, it's a no ball. What are the West Indies doing? This is bad. Bad from the West Indies. Bad over now for them as well. So they've somehow allowed this into the 130s. They'll get a single with the 1 to go so they can get to 139 max. They should be not proud of themselves, but not the end of the world. For Nepal either. 1 ball remaining in this innings. Holder to Karan. In the air. This should be out. And it is. So 124 runs. Oh, 134 runs, sorry, to win for the West Indies, who are well over Nepal here. Nepal in their innings 8 for 133. So, really bad from them. End of their innings. They should be quite disappointed in themselves. Forgot to put subscriber only mode on. which I have for all of my videos out there. So yeah, West Indies, Nepal. They went at a run rate of 13 and over at the end to get them there, but yeah, this game is done. And you'd think the West Indies win easily. Now going into innings break. Yeah, so 5 extras, 2 of them coming in the last over, but yeah, innings done. West Indies will need an easy chase, really. This is going to be a bad game in the end. Just making sure I don't accidentally get the footage on stream. But yeah, that's innings break. Now Nepal will need something big to win this game. You'd think that the West Indies get the job done quite easily. Actually, I'll keep the score up. Keep that up for the listeners of the channel. Yeah, most streamers have like this with the scoreboard, but I don't really like that. I like this more. Up there in the corner. 134 from 120 required for victory now. And yeah, this game's done. You'd imagine it would be pretty funny if they don't get it done. Innings break, innings break, innings break. I think I know what we should do at innings break here. Oh, what? Cricket Master isn't available anymore. Remember that game? You'd zoom it in and try and play. The game's called Little Master Cricket. Okay, that site's not good. What happened to the game? Like, the site used to work fine, and what has happened? Cricket game. What's this? Okay. It's called Cricket World Cup game. Alright, we'll play that then. We'll give that a shot then. Move that here. Display. I'll see if I can work this out. If I can't, then we won't do it, but if we can. then we'll play that for a bit until game capture. Alright, we'll try this. No. Nothing. Alright, no, don't worry about that. We won't do that. Alright. There's not much to talk about with this game though. It's been a pretty bad game, hasn't it? It's just been low quality. Nepal haven't shown up. They've been really bad. The West Indies will be very satisfied. Yeah, so Windies need 134 runs to defeat Nepal. And let's be real, that's going to happen relatively quickly. And then the next game will start, which is USA versus Namibia. So the US have played their last game before we've even played bloody 3. Which is strange. But yeah, Nepal didn't show up today. They looked pretty ordinary out there in the middle. They didn't want to show up. And in the end, you could really tell that looks like they didn't want to be there and they've disappointed their fans, you'd think. And yeah, just Nepal haven't been as good as you think. As I'm trying to get the more... Ah. Oh, I was going to sneeze. Nepal... Nep versus WI. Oh, well, that could have been the issue. Let's try this out then. Nepal versus West Indies. So I flipped it the other way around. Maybe that's the issue. Let's see if this pops off. Are you doing the second innings? Yes. Let's see if this increases the views. Last thing I'll do. Nepal versus West Indies cricket. There. Alright. I hashtagged all of that. Maybe we get something. Nepal versus West Indies. 400-ish people. Well, that would explain a lot. I've done it like West Indies versus Nepal. I probably should have done it. Nepal versus West Indies. But instead I did it the other way around. I said I should have done it Nepal versus West Indies instead of West Indies versus Nepal. I think that's the problem. even though the fixture is West Indies versus Nepal. Because, yeah. So, yeah, that's probably the issue. Anyway. Well, because people will search for Nepal versus West Indies, not West Indies versus Nepal, if you know what I mean. Maybe that's why. I don't know. It seems there's a couple of videos there that have done well on YouTube, so maybe it just hasn't reached to this channel yet. Yeah, well, you wouldn't mind a couple late in. Get it going. The West Indies need 134 runs off 20 overs, so pretty much 6 and over. Videos that other people have done. Immediately hits a 4 to start things off. And that was just not even a good... Like... Yeah, Short did well in the end. It had a really terrible start. I went to sleep and it was on 33 views. And then woke up the next day and it's magically on 1,000. So, yeah, this algorithm's weird for this platform. Anyway, King on 4. Dot ball. 2 balls in. Sometimes you... Yeah, true. That again as well, but... Yeah. Shy Hope needs 9 runs for 5,500 runs in T20 international cricket. And Karen KC needs 3 wickets for 200 in T20 internationals. Anyway. Brandon King. So decent ball. And King just whips it away for a single there. 5 runs for the West Indies. 6 and over required for them to win. G'day, Belinda. Your Poms won yesterday. Because I was hate watching them on stream and got angry. Sorry, Hope's on 5. No, King's on 5, Hope on 0. Nepal need wickets now. Karan to Hope. Hope hits it straight to the fielder. 2 to go in the over. None for 5 so far for the West Indies. Target is 134 runs for them to win. Yeah, same. Go the Caribbean, that'd be good. Lots of fans from Nepal have made their way over to India to watch their team play in this T20 World Cup. Go, no. 4-1, 4-1, 4-1. 4-1 in the Ashes, 4-1. Click the link up there to watch my video that I did yesterday. Karan to Hope to end this over with 1 to go. Hopefully Nepal can make this semi-interesting. And the West Indies get the required rate in this over. 1 over down, none for 6. And yeah, you'd think the West Indies will be too strong for Nepal. Next game, USA versus Netherlands. Good luck to the US. US versus Namibia. Good luck to the United States of America. But yeah, they'll probably win that. And then after that is the big game between India and Pakistan. And those streams always do poorly on this channel. They've never really been big for some reason. They've never been big. And as I said earlier, it's like the Super Bowl or the AFL Grand Final, NRL Grand Final. Families watch this. It's huge. So they don't watch it on YouTube or anything. That's what I've noticed with those two. And rain could play a factor as well in that game. Just another reason why I've decided not to stream at 12:30 in the morning for that. If it's going to rain, it's going to rain. Do they think... Yeah, exactly right. People watch it live instead of just bothering going on YouTube. That's what happens. No ball. So this really couldn't have started any worse, this over for Nepal. Second no ball of the game so far. And yeah, Nepal are in trouble. Free hit here for Brandon King, and he can belt this. They're going to have to re-bowl it again, as that's a wide. Really bad from Nepal here. They needed to keep it tidy, and they've failed to do that already. So it's still a free hit for Brandon King, who will want to smash this down for 6. Charges, just going to be 1. None for 10 now, the West Indies. Needing 134 for victory here at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. Nepal 8 for 133. Nepal is like watching under 12s. Yeah, you'd argue that team, probably under 17s, would beat Nepal. Milo Junior cricketers would beat Nepal. Dot ball again. Oh, are we really going to have one of those games where it's just going to be dot, 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 and they're not going to end this quick? Like, I really don't want one of those games. I don't think anyone in chat would want that. Not one of those, let's bat slow and win that way. Please just finish this quickly. Not saying I don't enjoy streaming or anything, but like, this game is terrible. Just actually give it some life. Four runs. So yes, hopefully they do that. More of this stuff, please. Who hit that? I think Shy Hope did. Maybe they want to give the crowd something to watch. Nah. No. Half the crowd isn't supporting them. Only a month until I can finally clown on my most hated IPL team, the Chennai Super Kings. Still have that lemonade thing from the lollipop video. Short that I did. Which was some high quality acting from me with that video. That's short. Lollipop, lollipop, la 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 lollipop. Are you watching the women's tonight? Yeah, good chance I will, to be honest with you. I'm not going to... Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the US game, but good chance I watch the girls beat India in the T20s tonight instead. To be honest with you, I think Mitchell Stark's doing commentary there as well, so it'll be good to listen to his input, as Elisa Healy did his earlier in the summer. So, yeah. Sampol to King. Nepal seem interested. Umpire has no interest. And he says no. With one to go in this over. When's the next Shield game? Soon. On the 18th. Gates open 3 hours before the India-Pakistan game. Oh, there's a concert. Yeah, this is they've treated this like a... Do you go to this? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Only at Junction Oval. I don't go to the Shield games at the MCG. They're not as good. You can talk to the players at Junction, so that's what I do. Nepal, 16% chance to win. West Indies, 84. 2 O's down, none for 14. Hope. Dot ball. Oh, please don't play like this. Please. That was nowhere near out. Exactly right, Tommy. Please just end this quickly, West Indies. Give us something entertaining. Don't do this boring crap for a T20 game when you don't need... There's no... You've won the game. Just hit a 6. Just do some fireworks and wrap it up. Oh, we're going to have one of those games, aren't we? This is going to be up to the 19th over, and the West Indies are going to make this boring. Building an innings. When you need 130, you hardly need to build an innings. And they've got power hitters. Just smash them for 6. They get the single. You need 134 to win, and you're on 16 off 2. You've won the game. And another dot ball. Yep, this has turned into a yawn. Absolutely it has. It's been terrible this game. Rohit Sharma set to retire before the Cricket World Cup 2027, says a reporter. Interesting. And there's going to be rain for India-Pakistan. King gets the single. Moves to 7. See, only 2 runs off this over. Like, come on, seriously. This is not good enough for a T20. This game's been horrific. Yep, it would be hilarious if it's a washout after all this drama. Karan to Hope. And there's a 4 to end the over. 3 overs down, none for 21. But yeah, come on, man. This is not good enough. It's been a horrific innings. Thus far, it's been horrific. Hope's on 12. King on 7. 113 off 17 overs. I'm about done. Yeah, this has become a snooze fest. With, I don't know, just hit 6s and wrap it up. Well, he tried to, and it failed. Looks like chat's about to disappear for a bit, with Cricketer's Life and Spin Bowl having enough. Look, man, there's just nothing really, and completely understandable if you've had enough here, because this game's just shit. It hasn't been a good game this entire time. Again, swing and a miss. So at least they're trying to wrap up. It's a shame that I've chose 2 bad games. I've got to add the ranking to South Africa, New Zealand. Canada, South Africa was really shit, actually. I'd move that. None for 22 now. Just trying to update this ranking list that I've got here. Then you put South Africa. There we go. Fixed. None for 22. Really looking forward to this game. Thought it would do better views-wise, as well as being a semi-entertaining game, but it's failed miserably. No, I'm not doing any short for this. This has been terrible. 4 runs for Hope. I don't believe this is worthy of that. $26 runs now for the Windies. They need basically just 102 runs to win, right? Or no. No, my maths are terrible here. Another dot ball, for fuck's sake. 108 runs, I believe. With one to go in this over. This game is dragging. It's been a bad game this entire time. And another dot ball. Yeah, this has been a shit game of cricket, honestly. 4 overs down, none for 26. What a drag. It'd be different if Australia were playing. But since it's a neutral game, it's a drag. None for 26. After 4. Yep, everyone thought this would be a good one. I'm very disappointed. At least the Italy game, they wrapped it up in 12 overs, right? 4 runs. Now they want to wrap this up. Good. Honestly. This is going down near the bottom of my list for the World Cup rankings of the fixtures. Oh, it's still not... Zimbabwe versus Oman was still the worst game of the tournament. But this is up there. I don't know if Oman have been the worst team so far to watch. Swing and a miss. No run. None for 30 now. At least have a wicket or boundaries instead of, just doing nothing. This sort of game. You need that. A lot of neutral fans, I assume, have stopped watching this fixture because it's been bad. It's King on 12. Another dot ball. King on 12. Hope on 16. 104 runs to win. I'm yawning because of how much of a snooze fest this game has become. And it's mostly because of Nepal being bad. If this game was better with the bat in the first innings, this would be a different story. But Nepal have just been so bad. They've really disappointed me this tournament. After that loss to England, which was 4 runs, they've just been shit. King on 14, Hope on 16. It was a good stop in the field, though. King on 14, Hope on 16. Some pull to Hope. Sorry, to King. And that will be 4. Moves to 18 runs. They've ramped it up a bit, so this is going to end pretty quick now, you'd think. They've had their time in the middle. 1 to go in the over. Yeah, Nepal were pretty aware that this was probably done. Last ball of this over. And it's 4 runs again. That was a better over. 5 overs down, none for 40. They're easily getting runs now. $40 after 5. Mr. Beast video, Mr. Beast series that is trash. Beast Games. Will not be watching that. Five overs so far. Substandard game. No run to start the over. 94 from 90. We're now 94 from 89. Oh, geez, I don't want to be here for another 15 overs, to be honest with you. Unless this starts getting interesting with wickets, I don't want to be here for another 15 overs, man. Like, and a misfield to get a single. The game's absolutely done. It's been a very poor quality game. Similar to last night, New Zealand, South Africa disappointed me as well. That game was disappointing. Absolutely was bad. Another not great game. Like pulling teeth. Imagine streaming it. Wide. Jeez, this is just... Sometimes you think why are associate teams allowed in this tournament, and then other times you watch Zimbabwe and go, this is great, you know, for cricket. Hit a 6, please. There's still been no 6s. Another wide. Yeah. I know, right? Just Nepal have not shown up. Oh, people are agreeing with me in other places. King. Wicket. What a waste of an innings. What was that garbage? Seriously, what was that garbage? That was a really bad shot. Why would you... That's like the simplest catch you'll ever see. And it was just so easy. What the fuck is someone watching in this house? Anyway, Brandon King goes for 22 off 17. Bring Shafrain... Oh, alright. Alright, this game could end now. Because of this man. No one is even watching anymore. Well, hopefully people watch the stream and give me some company during this game. Kind of need it because it's been a really disappointing fixture. But yeah, I could understand this will probably be one of the lowest ranked viewed games on the channel. I think it's already done better than last night though, so that's a positive sign, I guess. I've had 140 views total in this, 177 in the last one, so not bad. And it will give me a more accurate update at the end of this stream, which, yeah, I guess watch hours I get off this, but besides that, this has just been a drag. You were expecting a bit more from Nepal today. I was thinking they'd get at least to 150 and make it an entertaining game, at least. Maybe 150, 160 would be a semi-competitive total, and maybe they could spin and bowl well, but yeah, they've never looked into this game, Nepal. They never looked interested today, and they've been really bad. 91 off 87. It's shocking. Fair enough, Tommy. Homework would be more entertaining than watching this game, I can tell you that. Alright, what's the hold up now? They've wasted a lot of time here. Hurry up. $91 from 87. And that wicket was about 2-3 minutes ago, and we haven't bowled a single ball since then, so I don't understand the hold up. Let's continue. Come on. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Why are we sitting around? That took 5 minutes. All that for a dot ball. Wow. All of that was for a dot ball, by the way. I don't know. Probably ads in India. Hetmeyer. Straight to the fielder, another dot ball. Fair enough, see a spin bolt. I may be done soon as well, to be honest with you. Just talking to someone about Smith. Saying, is Steve Smith a guarantee to play? And I said, well, he's not in the squad yet, which is a bit of a concern. I'd like him to be in the team so he can play. So, on the Instagram account for Cricket Australia, it says, it's a video about Nathan Ellis ranking bowlers, and what I said is in the comments with 67 likes, by the way. I said, are you going to announce Smudge in the 15-man squad? We need him for his skill. People want him in. It's pretty obvious. I don't know what the selectors are seeing that we aren't as to why Smith isn't there, because I reckon that's a 4. Terrible fielding. Had they replied? No. They won't. The whole comment section is asking for Smith. Where's Smith? Where's Smith? Smudge when? Steve Smith button. Gifts of Steve Smith. The public want him to play. That's what I don't understand. Why isn't he playing? $100 likes, hopefully, for that post soon. Hetmeyer. That was edged, and it will still go for 4. Hey, at least Nepal got more wickets than they did last game. They got 0. Hetmeyer moves to 9. That was so obviously out. Yep, gifts of Steve Smith. Where's Smudge? There's videos of Steve Smith again. Selectors led by George Bailey need to explain how one of the Australian modern greats is being sidelined while out-of-form players keep getting extended runs. Even legends like Mark Waugh has publicly expressed their surprise, ignoring experience, class, and proven temperament in the subcontinent conditions for people like Cooper Connolly. This is short-sighted, poor selection. Perfectly said, to be honest with you. And I do think the Australian public need an answer here as to why he isn't there. He is better than other players getting runs at the moment in the team. He's in Sri Lanka right now. There's no point of him being there if he's not going to play. Like, he's the best T20 batsman in the country and you're not even playing him. I don't get it. He dominated for the Sydney Sixers, immediately should have been into the T20 World Cup squad and was overlooked. I don't get it. You know? Well, Lamashani has done a lot better than a couple unlucky fours there. 7 overs down. Now, for the West Indies, as they're looking like they're going to easily win this game, 153. Let's see other comments here. I'll read some out. Yeah. Steve Smith, where is he? It says, next up, a must-win clash against co-host Steve Smith, where? Gifts of Steve Smith. Please add Smith to the squad. Smudge. Let Steve be captain. Where is Smudge? We want Smith. Will Steve Smith play in the next match? At least win the next game. I'm tired of seeing videos made by other countries mocking our Yep, good statement. Yeah, everyone's asking for him. So, yeah, I reckon George Bailey should be sacked if he's not playing next game. Hetmeyer wants 2. Easily get there in the end. But yeah, I think that's a very accurate statement. He will play for sure. And if he does bad, you can't even blame him because he's been put on a flight last second and expected to get us to carry us. So if he plays poorly, you can't even blame him. He was playing golf 48 hours ago. Well, Sean Abbott's there as a travelling reserve with the ball. Smith is there for the bat. I reckon go Add him to the squad and have one less bowler. I don't care. Smith needs to play. We haven't batted well enough in these conditions, and it's embarrassing. The fact that we lost to Zimbabwe. And the way to solve this is people who know how to play the conditions, like Renshaw. And Renshaw did terrific, didn't he? Only player who wanted to win the game, really. Glenn Maxwell wasn't timing him that well, as that's hit for 4. But Glenn Maxwell wasn't timing them great. Travis Head a bit unlucky there. Inglis nothing. Green nothing. David nothing. Coming back from injury, but still. He plays a lot of golf, Smudge. Hence why the good eye coordination. I get there's no Marsh, but I don't care. The team tomorrow better have... If there's no Smith, there better be Marsh. And if there's no Marsh, there better be Smith. Either way, there should be Smith, in my opinion. But if Marsh is there, not there, and Smith is there but not playing, that's a joke. That's a joke. And we don't deserve to make the Super 8s. That's the way I see it. We don't deserve to win tomorrow if that's the team. If you would rather Josh Inglis open than Steve Smith, then I don't know what you're on about. Because seriously, that would be bad. And Inglis isn't in form. Again, why wasn't Alex Carey, as I said in the video yesterday, Alex Carey, great with the gloves, deserves to be there. Why isn't he there? Knows how to play spin decently. Why isn't he there for an out-of-form Inglis? I want Smith to play. I'm desperate for Steve Smith to be there tomorrow, but he hasn't even been announced into the squad, and that's a concern. He's there as a travelling reserve, but he's not there in the team, like as in the XI, which is a concern. It's a worry. We want him there. Play, please. I'm just waiting for that announcement tonight or tomorrow morning. Steve Smith's been officially added into the squad as the replacement player for Josh Hazlewood. And if that's the case, then we're back on track. Shy Hope on 18. Hetmeyer on 17. 73 from 72. Down the ground 4. Oh no, it's not even going to be a 4, man. Come on. $20 off 21 when you're chasing a low score is pretty ordinary. Exactly, though. They don't send him there for nothing. And if he's not there, then I'm going to have to probably make another short asking why. I said in the previous short that I did in that video, why isn't he there from the first place? But if he's there as a reserve and doesn't even play, like, George Bailey needs to be questioned. He needs to front the media and explain what his decision making was, because that's a terrible decision. Hetmeyer 6 straight away, great shot. First 6 of the innings. You knew where that was going immediately. Finally, they got a 6. The second that was contact with bat, that was gone. 89 metres. 64 from 68 now. Big over, hopefully soon. To be honest, we've been talking more about Steve Smith in Australia than this game, and I think that's probably the best way to do this stream, to be honest with you, because this game hasn't been up to standard, so we may as well just talk about still cricket, but Australia's scenario. And the way I see it is Smudge needs to play. And yeah, as I said, if not, then the Australian media or the Australian public deserve answers, and we need to know why and what the decision making was. And when you reflect on a World Cup, if we don't make the Super 8s, decisions like that would be why. He wants to play the Olympics in 2028. He better be allowed. Let him do it. He's done so much for this country. Let him. He just said the only thing I want to do now is play in the Olympics for Australia. So it would be disrespectful, to be honest with you, if you don't let a legend of this country do it, even if he's not even playing in the XI. If he's just there in the Olympic Village. That's all that someone could ask for. And he's looked good in the MLC and looked good in the Big Bash. He's playing in the PSL next as well. And very confident and settled cricketer. Had a great lead into the summer. Not the greatest Ashes, but got a really impressive ton there at the end of the Ashes, which was my favourite knock of the tournament. Not the tournament, sorry, the series. My favourite knock of the series was Smith's knock at the SCG. It was such a pure Test cricket knock. Travis Head's knocks were great, but they were more ODI based. Smith just played beautiful cricket shots the entire time. So yeah, that was my favourite knock of the summer. And yeah. What over are we in? Over 9. Change that for you. Only halfway through the game on overs, but this game will be done before then. Hetmeyer gets a dot ball again. But yeah, what was your favourite knock of the summer, Arnott? In the Ashes. For me, yeah, most people would say Travie Head. With a couple of people will probably say Kez as well. But yeah, for me it was Steve Smith. Just such a classic. Such a Test cricket knock and such a great cricket shots. Not saying Travis Head wasn't doing that, but he was hitting 6s and 4s, which was great. But Steve Smith was getting his boundaries through classy cover drives and all that. And when he's doing this stuff like that, like that, and falling over, you know that he's locked in. As that's a good shot from Hetmeyer, I believe. For 4, stepped right in. Oh no, it was Hope. Stepped right in and dispatched. West Indies are a pretty serious team this World Cup, it appears. .55 from 60 now. Hetmeyer on 27. Hope on 26. 10 overs down. 1 for 79. Not sure how I think about it. Yeah, I've thought about it for a bit. That'd have to be my favourite knock. Just the way that it was done, it was just so entertaining. And yeah, when Steve Smith's like in form and he's like when he's in form and he's got his iron and is playing good cricket, it's some of the most enjoyable cricket in the world, to be honest with you. When he's playing, when he's locked in and getting runs, it's some of the best cricket you'll ever see. And he's the best batsman in the modern generation for red ball cricket. Absolutely. He's better than Joe Root. Don't let any POM say otherwise. Just because Joe Root gets runs against people like... Australia play harder teams in Test cricket than England do. And Joe Root's played more tests. Hope. Down the ground. But straight to a fielder for the 1. Yeah, but this game, I think we've given up on this game. We're talking about Test cricket and all that. But yeah, what I said about Smith though is absolutely right. He's great in the field, great in the slips, man. Like he catches everything, and yeah, he's just one of the greats of the game. wide there. So yeah, you expect Smith to play tomorrow for the T20. I know it's a different form of the game, but he's been extremely fun to watch in the Big Bash as well. Because as I said in the video and the short and all that, and Tommy, I'm sure you'd agree as a Sixers fan, I don't think the Sixers would make that grand final if it wasn't for Steve Smith. Because the Sixers weren't looking great, like midway through the tournament, and then they got smudged and they got through. So he was basically carrying them through. And he's got to do something similar here for Australia. So yeah, hope. I just run there. Hope moves to 28. Hepmeyer 28 as well. 1 for 83. I want a one big 20 run over. The dot ball. Just hit 4s and 6s, please. It's a good shot. Fortunately, straight to a fielder going to be the one. There's been a better over from Nepal. Hepmeyer 29, Hope 28. Hope puts it away for a single. 11 overs down, 1 for 85. 49 off 54 now. We still haven't seen Rutherford or Romario. So, yeah. What is this? This is a terrible ad as well. I don't know what that is, but it just seems bad. Stupid romantic show. Anyway, get that off my screen when it's sport. When there's sports on, I don't want to see any of that garbage. I know Valentine's Day was yesterday, but piss off, honestly. That day's PR. And that's how companies make money off that. You should treat your partner like that every day. Anyway, 11 overs down, 1 for 85. And yeah, I'll never celebrate Valentine's Day. I think it's stupid. Hope 29, Hepmeyer 29. In Mumbai here. It starts with a single. Surprise, surprise. I think it was Hope. Yep, Hope got it. 48 off 53. Yeah, I know. It's such a drag, isn't it, on it? Hepmeyer. Oh, it's just going to be one. Seriously, bro. Just hit a boundary, man. You've won the game. Take a miracle to lose. Just make the risk and let someone else go out. If you go out, let someone else do it, win it. There we go. That's a 6. That's exactly what Hetmeyer wanted. That was poor bowling right where he wanted it, in the slot zone. Hits it to the leg side for 6. That's what you want to see on the stream. Stuff like that, yeah. Straight to the leg side. Really bad bowling in the slot zone, and yeah, he knew where that was going to go. The second contact was there with the ball. Hetmeyer, 36 runs. 51 off 37 now. Required run rate and overs 4, so you may as well just belt this now. Again, 4 runs. Here we go. We're ramping it up now. 10 off this over so far. Or 10 off the last 2 balls. Yeah, I know, right? They could have finished this by now. They've got the power in the sheds. They've got Romario Shepherd at 8. So they can definitely easily win. They've got the power. They've got Powell. They've got Rutherford. You know, Chase as well. They've got so many power hitters who can finish this, and they've wasted time here. 36 from 50. Last 2 balls be 6s, please. Make it 24 runs off 48. That'd be lovely. Not going to happen, though. Just hit a single. 99 now. 1 to go. Hetmeyer on 42 now. Hope on 30. Hetmeyer did it so easily. Seifert with the most runs for New Zealand, then Markram, Tucker for Ireland, Shipman for the US, and then Hetmeyer sitting number 5 with 129 runs. This tournament, Seifert leads with 167 runs. Hope on 30. And he'll go to 31. No, don't run, please. Fuck, he's going to be on strike next over. 31 off 29. Come on, mate. Basically run a ball. Get Hetmeyer on strike. Well, they can technically end this in this over right now if they get 36 runs. Unlikely, of course, but at this stage, Nepal were 5 for 54, and West Indies are 1 for 100. So 33 more, or 34 more needed for victory here. And Hope hits a single. Surprise, surprise. Keep him off strike and let Hetmeyer finish this. Hetmeyer. And only gets 1, unfortunately. You know, when you need 4 and over, the game's done. So, just finish it. And Hope doesn't look good at the moment. Oh, that is terrible fielding as well. Hope hasn't timed any of that today. That is terrible fielding. Terrible fielding. absolutely horrendous. $28 off 45 now. Hit a 6. Oh, just what I said. He does. I just said hit a 6 and he immediately hits a 6. Now they want to finish it. $86 meters. $22 off 44. 5,500 runs for hope in T20 international cricket. And now we're going to have a delay due to a concussion check. So this will be a few minutes. Jason Holder did well in the field and bowling besides those few no balls at the end. Yeah, the wicketkeeper for Nepal got hit in the head. Can't believe US are about to play their last game in Australia. Haven't even played 3 yet. Pretty strange. Anyway, back to proceedings here. Hope. And it's going to be a dot ball. Far out. Anyway, 13 overs down, 1 for 112. Every team plays 4 games. So the US have already finished their tournament before any of these other, before we even play 3, which is strange. The advantage for us for losing to Zimbabwe here in this scenarios and all that is the fact because we play Oman, which will give us heaps of net run rate. If we just got to beat Sri Lanka pretty much, and we'll know the required net run rate we'll need because we've got the last game of the group stage. So that's a strong advantage to Australia when it comes to that. But we just got to win Monday. Got to win, beat Sri Lanka, and then we should be good. Hetmeyer. Down the ground, straight to a fielder. Just the one. 21 runs required now. Surely finish it in the next 2, right? You 10 off this over and then 10 off the next and boom. 10 plus and then you got the game. That's what you'd imagine here. Airy to Hope. That's a shocking delivery. And the fact that that wasn't anything but a 6 or a 4 is disappointing. Because that was in the air and there to be smacked, I reckon. 114 runs now for the Windies. Although this game's been poor in quality, the West Indies certainly haven't been poor at all. They've played amazing cricket today. With the bat, with the ball, and in the field. So they should be really happy with the way that they've gone. I know I've been shitting on this game, but it's mostly due to Nepal being poor, not the West Indies. They've been good today. Down the ground. Straight to the fielder, though. Unfortunately, not going to be a boundary. But, yeah. And I say unfortunately because this game's just been bad. And that's not the West Indies' fault. Nepal haven't shown up today at all, and they've played really bad. I don't know, superhero rises. 19 runs remaining. And a single there for Hope moves to 43. 14 overs down, 1 for 116. Who's winning, India or Pakistan? I think this is the closest time. This fixture. I say Pakistan most time, and I'll go Pakistan again. And the reason I'm saying this, if it's not rain, of course, Pakistan have looked better than they. Or Asia Cup, I didn't say Pakistan actually. I said India for that. But Pakistan have looked better than they have in a long time in T20s. I reckon their spin will be too much for India to handle because India, despite getting 200 against, I think both America and Namibia, India could have gotten 240 against Namibia and didn't, so they lost late wickets. How is that going to go with spin? I think Pakistan's spinners have been very good throughout this tournament, so I think Pakistan actually have a shot at winning, and it depends on if you play Babar Azam or not. You can't play Babar. You cannot play Babar Azam. He's been bad. He should be dropped. So, yeah. If they have batters who are capable of getting more than one run a ball, then I think Pakistan will win because their spinners will outdo India. That's what I think. India will go too pace heavy, I think. And in result, I think Pakistan will win in an upset. To be honest with you. And I know a lot of Indians wouldn't like that from me. Wouldn't like to hear that. But yeah, I think Pakistan will win. I'll make a short out of this if that becomes a reality. But yeah, I think Pakistan will be too good for India in this game. And I think it will be an upset. And this stupid ad again. Oh, God. These Prime ads, how about you play something unique instead of the same old ads? Makes me not interested in the show that you're trying to make me watch. But, yeah, I wonder how many people get mad at that opinion. But, yeah, I want Pakistan to win as well. I'm sick of India winning. And there better be shaking hands today. The no shaking hands was unacceptable during the Asia Cup. And that can't be allowed. They've got to say you've got to shake hands. It's bad sportsmanship. It's childish. Anyway, Hope sends that down the ground for 6. He wants to finish this. Brings up a 50. History will repeat itself. Alright. That's your opinion, I guess. We're entitled to have different opinions, obviously, but I just feel like Pakistan are the strongest they've been in a while in this format. They actually look a lot better than what they did in Dubai in the Asia Cup. They just looked not good. And the conversation about Asia Cup's for another time because the Asia Cup's a terrible competition. I'm never watching it again. But it will probably rain. So all of this, Pakistan will win and all that will probably be for nothing. Of course, if it rains. But yeah, I just think Pakistan are the... if it rains, then it's advantage India. If it rains, it's advantage India because it will be harder to spin the ball if the game is allowed to go on. If there's no rain. If there's rain and they've had to come off and come back on. If that's the case, then I'd say advantage India. But if it's not raining and it's fine the entire time, I think Pakistan will win. If there's no rain, like if no one comes off and the covers don't come on at all, I think Pakistan are in front. But that's a big shot for 6 down the ground. See you later. 1:30 now. They want to finish this quick. Taking a bit longer than you'd think. And hope. Speaking of hope, he hit a 6. But yeah, I just think Pakistan will win if it's not gonna. There's no covers on. But yeah, the spin is key. And if that bowl chucker gets wickets, I can tell you what, I think Indian fans will be agreeing with what I said about him, which is he chucks the ball. He absolutely does. And he needs to go to an ICC testing facility to make sure that it's legal again, because I think he's chucking it. Cameron Green said it was chucking. It was absolutely chucking. They're going to push for 2, right? No. Hetmeyer will finish it in the 15th over, which is crazy that this game's gone to this. It should have been quicker. But yeah, if the match happens and it doesn't rain, upset. Upset for me. And I think it will be Pakistan who beat India, and then Pakistan will win their last game against Namibia and win Group A. That's the prediction. Because the pitch will behave a lot differently to what India was experiencing against the US and against Namibia. Absolutely it will. So it will be a very different game to what people are expecting. I think people in India are expecting 200 plus. I don't think you'll get that on Sri Lankan wickets. Especially in Colombo, that that's a 2s and 4s venue. West Indies win, very anticlimactic way, but they do win eventually. They don't do it with a 6 or a 4. They do it with a single, and they win by 9 wickets. Hetmeyer and Hope were too good. And a couple of other great performances with the ball for the West Indies and in the field, which results in them winning by 9 wickets today. Nepal not good enough. They were disappointing. And yeah, Windies were too good in this game. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Bit of a disappointing game of cricket, if I'm being honest with you. I think everyone wanted a good game, but obviously not to be today. The West Indies were just far too good. And yeah, attention goes to the US versus Namibia, which I won't stream, and then India-Pakistan, which I think I'll enjoy in my own, in the living room, watching it on the screen. And then Australia tomorrow that I'll probably stream. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Until the next one, see ya. Steve Smith better play against Sri Lanka. I can tell you that. I'll be very upset if he doesn't play. See you guys.